So it's critical that you understand the timing involved in this before we just start throwing seeds in the ground. Let me explain. Even if you're in the north, you ought to be at least getting thinking about it, getting your seeds together. And if you're in the south, I'm a little late, so you are too. Just time to get started planting some seed indoors, starting seed to have it ready for spring planting. I've already planted my peppers. These are all my pepper seeds over here. These 5 rows. It took them about 7 days. They came up. I came out here this morning or last night, and they were already starting to pop up. So I put the light on them. Up until that point, I didn't have the light on them. I had them covered up with this little tray, and so they were sitting here with that over them on a heat mat. Gotta have a heat mat, especially for peppers. Gotta have a heat mat. Peppers really like somewhere between 80 and 90 degrees. So I upped it to about 85, and about 2 days later is when they came up. So I think they were just waiting on me. But anyway, I have started planting my tomatoes now. They did real well for me last year. Really liked those. Good taste, good flavor, and they just seem to deal better with the heat. I love the red snappers. Red snapper's a pretty good sized tomato. It's it's a pound, maybe thereabouts, maybe even more. Some of them. A 3rd or 4th year to plant red snapper. One of my favorites. Good flavor for a hybrid. That's a Sun Gold. That's a cherry tomato. Sun Gold is the one I like best. It's a pretty good sized cherry tomato, pretty big one. And it's extremely sweet. It's an F1 tomato, also a hybrid. Yes, the heirlooms taste better, but you just don't have very much disease resistance in your heirloom tomatoes. And then the one, I'm going to plant this whole tray in Halcinator. That'd be 12 Halcinator's. Halcinator's another one's like the red snapper. It gets big, and it makes a good tomato, a good tasting tomato. They're very vigorous. They grow fast, and they produce a lot. I mean, you get a lot of tomatoes off one plant. So all my seeds are coming from Haas. The Halcinator hybrid tomato. Again, this is the hybrid. The Sun Gold, red snapper, and the Shelby. That's the Halcinator, and it's red. Got a red color to it. And just, a little bit larger than a regular seed because it's got a coating on it. I like that. It doesn't seem to hinder their germination, didn't seem to slow the germination down. To me, they're a whole lot easier to see. Tomato seeds are pretty doggone small. So anyway, I've already covered these rows up, and I'm in the process of covering this row up. And what I'm doing, I'm planting 2-3 seeds per cup here. These trays, or these cups, have 12 in each, 3 across, 4 deep. And I'm putting, 3 seeds. If I have the seeds, again, depends on how many you have. These are just 1 seed per, so hopefully they'll all come up. In fact, on these, the germination rate on the red snapper is 99%. Germination rate on the Halcinator is 98%. On the Sun Gold is 97%, and on the Shelby is 96%. So all these are tested for this year, and high germination rate. So I'm excited about that. What I do, I like to use this perlite because it's real light. Just almost doesn't weigh anything. And the little plants don't have any problem coming up in that, or coming up through that. So I press it down so the seed gets good contact with the potting mix underneath. I used a real good potting mix. It's a grow, a seed starting mix. Didn't have any trash in it. Now it was a couple of years old and did have some clots in it. Some things I had to break up because it's been sitting there for a year or two, at least a year or two, and humidity made it clump up a little bit. So I just scatter this on top. Again, the seed's already in there. The seed's already been pressed down into the cup, and then I come back on top, make sure it's pressed down even more. You want that seed to have good contact with the potting mix, the potting medium, and I do recommend. I've used just regular potting mix, but I try to sift it out some. I try to make sure it doesn't, I don't have a big clump of bark that the plant's gonna have to push up through. And I plant these in here. I've got a tray that goes underneath this that holds water, and I like to make sure the potting medium is warm if you can. Again, heat mat is, in my opinion, essential, even for tomatoes. Very essential for peppers. Peppers they're just hard. They're harder to start unless you want to wait 2 or 3 weeks. If you get a heat mat under them, you know, you could keep them in your house if your house is 80 degrees or something, or keep them by a wood stove, and you might get away with it. But well, that perlite is so light when you spray it, it just goes everywhere. So you have to wet it down just a little bit before you really start pumping it. And I like to come in here again and mist the tops of these, because I just want to make sure that seed it's going to get warmth. It's going to get, when it comes up, it's going to get light. I've got the grow light, and I'll show you the grow light setup. But before it even comes up, before it germinates, it needs some warmth. It needs a soil, a medium, soil medium, and then as soon as it comes up, it needs light. And I don't mean sitting beside your window light. I mean it needs some light. So I've got several grow light setups, and I use them religiously. I wouldn't, unless I had a greenhouse and it was warm enough outside to heat the greenhouse, and then I would use the greenhouse. But even then, in the wintertime, you're only getting 10, 11, 12 hours sunshine. I put my grow lights on about 16 hours, at least 12, if not 14 or 16. I like 16. That's always worked well for me, so I think 16 is probably it. I believe, having done this, now that I'm finishing up, I think I'm going to put that tray under these. The tomatoes should come up in a few days. I'm going to go ahead and slide these out, put my tray in, fill it up with some water, or a little bit of water, and so it'll start watering from underneath. I found that to be good. I found it to be good, and so hopefully you know that. And if you are real successful planting seeds, go below in the comments and share your expertise. I always value your expertise, and not only me, but the people that watch these videos like to go and look at what other people are saying, because not everybody's going to do this just like I do. So if you've got a way that you do yours, if you don't use perlite, if you just use mix on top, and I've done that for most of my life, is just use the regular potting mix on top, just sprinkle it on top about maybe a 1/4 inch deep, and just rely on that. But if you find perlite to be better, or something like that, let me know, because that's what I've started doing, and it's worked pretty well for me. So, but a lot of it has to do with the heat. You have got to have heat, got to have heat, got to have heat. So, and I'll spritz these once even they're coming up. I'll give them a little spritz, because I want that medium to stay wet. Now, again, I think we're fixing to put that tray under it, so let's just do that, and I'll show you that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So here's the tray. It also comes from Haas. It's maybe not quite 2 inches deep, maybe around 2 inches deep. And of course, all of these flats, or these trays here, 12 packs, have holes in the bottom so they can accept that water and wick it up to the through the medium. So that is my tray of Halcinator. I'm gonna go out and get some water and water this and bring that up. Now, something else I do is put saran wrap, cling wrap on top of these. I did that on the peppers, and I think that's one reason they came up in 7 days. Last year I had a lot of trouble with my heatless habanero wanting to germinate. It finally did, but my gosh, all the other plants were already in the ground by the time they germinated well. So I don't remember last year if I put cling wrap on them. But if you put this on there, it keeps it, kind of makes it a little mini greenhouse here. Keeps it moist underneath. And as soon as you see them coming up, now you got to get that cling wrap off of them. I'm going to fill this up with water, and that will wick the water up. And I'm going to leave this cling wrap on there until they start coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and lower this light right now. This light came from Haas also. This is a 4 foot, I think, grow light. And it has just done a perfect job for me for the last several years. The heat from the heat mat does radiate through this tray. It warms up the water in it, and it warms up the cells, the potting mix. I'm gonna get some water and fill this up, and we're gonna start growing us some little tomato plants. Should be getting plenty of light, 16 hours a day. I've got my timer set for 16 hours a day, and then I've got to have some rest. Got to have a little bit of rest, and so 16 hours a day on the lights, and then water from underneath, or at least spritz the tops. Keep the tops moist. And then when they come up, as soon as they come up, I always like to water from underneath. So let me know what you're doing, if you've started your seeds yet, where you are, and if you've started your seeds yet, what you planting this year. Give me some good comments. I always like to know what you're doing, what you're planting, and if you have a process different than mine, I do like to hear about it, just because some of my processes have changed over the years because of some of the things you folks have said. So here we are, about 2 weeks after I planted the tomatoes, and about 3 weeks after I planted the peppers. What I mainly want you to see and understand is the growth of the tomatoes they're about 2 inches tall in 2 weeks. The growth of the peppers, they're about 2 inches tall. In some cases, the heatless habanero, probably 1 inch tall, 1.5 inches maybe, in 3 weeks. So my point being, there's a great disparity between size and age. So it's critical that you understand the timing involved in this before you just start throwing seeds in the ground. The tomatoes are quickly catching the peppers. So my point is, and I've done this in the past and had problems in the past because I planted everything at the same time. My tomatoes were growing so big and so tall that they were shading out the grow light. You adjust the grow light according to the growth of your plant. Well, I was adjusting the grow light for the tomatoes because they were about to hit the light, and at the same time, that light might have been a little bit too tall for the peppers. The light needs to be really, again, close to the plant. I went a week difference. Got these a good start for a week, and then planted these. But I could have gone 2 weeks because these tomatoes are going to outgrow these peppers real quick, and that can be a problem when sometimes the tomatoes get too tall and they fall over and they start shading out. If you got peppers planted next to them, they'll start shading that out, and you just can have issues. So plant your peppers first, and I would give it at least a week, if not a week and a half or 2 weeks, between when you plant the peppers and when you plant the tomatoes. First of all, they're going to germinate quicker. They're going to germinate in about 7 days, 7 to 10. The peppers are going to take somewhere between 10 and 14 days probably to germinate, and that's if you've got a heating pad. You've got to have a heating mat to keep the temperature up. On the tomatoes, you only need about 78, maybe 80 to get your tomatoes germinated well. So again, that's one reason to start your peppers earlier. Best practice is to make sure your mix is very wet when they receive the seeds, whether you put potting mix on top or whether you put perlite on top, whatever you do. Make sure that the soil medium is moist. You don't want it soaking wet, but you do want it moist. I like to feed from underneath. I like to water from underneath. And I am giving it a little bit of 20-20-20 when I put a gallon of water does this, fills it up 3/4 of an inch probably. And I'm putting about a half strength of the 20-20-20 in it. So they're getting a little bit of fertilization along with the fact that it's their time, man. It's their time. They love to come out of those seeds and get growing and get going and get growing. So stagger your planting for several reasons. All right, I think that's it. We're gone.